Welcome to CRSRTech Academy. Now we'll look into how to create a schema in MySQL and how to create table in MySQL. And already these are the existing schemas which are available in MySQL. And now let's create a new schema. Creates schema, and here you have to keep a schema name. Okay. As of now, I'm giving schema name as CRSR. This is a syntax for uh, This is a syntax to create schema in MySQL. Okay, please remember create schema CRSR. This is my schema name. If you want, you can give test admin whatever the schema name you want. You can mention here. That is the name of the schema. But these two are right. Create and schema are the syntax. Those shouldn't be changed. Okay, schema name is your choice. Okay, create schema and schema name. Now let's execute this command. See, now the schema is created. Here this is the refresh button is there, just refresh this one and you can see your schema here, and under the schema you can see tables, views, stored procedures and functions. Now let's try to create tables under CRSR schema. Okay, and now I wanted to make this CRSR schema as my default schema. Okay, and do right click here and set as default schema, and under this one, okay, create, sorry, create. Now I am trying to create a table under this schema. Create table and table name. Here, now I am trying to create my employee table. Okay, this is the syntax. Create table, table name, and open brace and the close brace. Just for the same syntax. And inside the braces, you have to give the column name and data type. Inside the data type, you have to mention the data size as well. Now I am trying to create the things. Please follow me. ID. This is the employee ID, right? For each employee, we'll have the, just for example, I'm explaining few column names here. For each employee, we have the employee ID, right? Employee ID, employee name, employee email, address, phone number, salary. These are the fields comes under the employee table. So now our first field is employee ID. ID that should be the integer in my case, okay, and integer. And then next name of the employee, that should be the string, right? Here the string, for the string the syntax should be varchar, and here you have to keep the size. As of now I am giving 60 as in my size of the this field. Next, salary I'm giving float, because maybe sometimes the salary will be float or numeric also, right? Decimal also. That's why I'm giving salary as in float. Then I'm giving phone is an integer, and then email email as an varchar 100. Then that's fine. As of now we'll ended up to here. These are the data types and column names and the data sizes. Here, if you see carefully, this is the table, right? And this table in MySQL SQL Server, there are some keys should be there, right? And every table have some keys. So in this table, by looking into these things, you can specify the primary key. What will be the primary key for the employee table? Definitely, employee is the primary key for the primary key for this employee table. So the syntax for giving the primary key to this employee ID is the, after giving ID, the column name and the data type. Beside that one, you have to provide primary space key. This is the syntax to give primary key to that column. Okay, for the employee ID column. And one more thing we have to remember, this phone and email is there, right? So for email should be unique, right? Email should be unique, and that shouldn't be null as well. Here null means neither empty string or it don't have any value or zero. Okay, neither empty string or zero, and it don't have any value. That at the time we should specify null. But in email case, every employee should have one email address, right? So we have to specify few constraints called unique and not null. So this is the two things which we have to give to email. And the phone also, I'm not giving not null. It shouldn't be null, right, for the phone. And remaining also, if you want, you can give not null as well. So this is my employee table. Now just I'm trying to create my employee table here. Yeah, see, now my employee table got created. Now we'll query this employee table by using select statement. The syntax is very simple. Okay, you have to type select star from employee. Okay, this is my syntax. And if you observe carefully, this is the intelligent workspace. So whenever you are typing, it is giving you the syntax. Select star from employee. See ID, name, salary, phone, email. This is the syntax for to fetch the results from the employee table. And we'll look into, yeah, now we have idea that how to create a schema and how to create table in MySQL. Suppose you are in separate data uh, schema and you wanted to query in CRSR schema. At that time you should specify the schema name here, like CRSR dot employee. Query this one. Now it will give you the result. If you are not specifying the schema name before the employee table and it is trying to search in the default schema, okay, and it will throw you the error because in this schema we don't have the employee table, right? So that's why if the table exists in this schema, then that's fine. If not, then it is going to throw you an error. At that time it is good to specify the schema name before the table. Okay, and at the time wherever you are, in which schema you are, then your table is going to execute. This is how you are going to create your table and the schema, and how to give the primary keys, and how to specify the unique constraint and not null we have seen here. And again I'm briefly explaining, whenever you are creating the schema, the syntax will be create schema and schema name. Whenever you are creating the table, create table, table name, and inside that one, inside the parentheses, you have to provide the column name, data type, okay, and column name, data type. And if you wanted to specify the primary key, you should give the primary key syntax. And for strings you have to provide the um, data size as well. And if you want to specify not null, you have to provide not null. And if you wanted to give unique, you have to give the unique constraint as well. This is about how to create table and schema in MySQL. Thanks for watching your video. If you like the video, please share, like, and subscribe.